Stand by for ludicrous speed.
Okay, my dear Greg Saunders.
Gregory.
Eagle looking great. You're go.
Greg Saunders.
Greg Saunders.
Greg Saunders.
Wow. Hey, great.
Look at it.
We interrupt this sound file to bring you a terrifying announcement.
Are you aware that you're leaking coolant at an alarming rate?
Show us the skills that have made you a media darling.
Well, I'm glad we got all that out in the open.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Saturday Morning Stateline Show.
Hey, like it or not, my friends, you have matching underwear with a whole lot of strangers. I'm Greg. He's Tom.
Not only that, I just got out of bed. I still have yesterday's underwear on. Don't share that with anybody, please.
There are days. I'll just jump right in that pool with you, Tom. There are days when I don't change underwear until later. But yeah.
But I promise, as soon as we're done with the show today, I'm heading into down the hall to the left, the bathroom, gonna soak in a hot tub. I'm gonna soak for and then I won't put yesterday's underwear on. I will get a fresh one.
Exactly.
Promise.
See,
sorry folks, it was too much information. I'm really sorry.
There's a method there. There's an acceptable method there. It's okay to share. I don't think that's TMI. It's close. It's NTMI. It's nearly too much information.
There you go. I first time I ever heard that, I was working with I used to work up at Light 103. It was Light 103 at the time. Now it's B103. And yeah. Anyway, Bruce was his name. I forgot his last name. I think it was Bruce or Bill or Bob. It started with a B. Anyway, he was one of our weekend, like midday guys, and I was going in to do the evening shift. And he said something, or I said something, he goes, it's WTMI. It's not a radio station. It's just way too much information. It's the first time I'd ever heard that. It's like 25 years ago. I just cracked up. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So anyway.
Well, what is today? Today is the 19th day of February, the year 2022. Yes, the latest it has ever been
in the history of mankind.
And we're so glad you're hanging out with us today. We're going to be talking with Joann here shortly, and hopefully a special guest will be logging in shortly as well. It's INCROWD week, so where will INCROWD be meeting this Thursday is the question. We got the answer for you coming up. Speaking of questions and answers, guess what I got for you, Tom?
I'm going to go big number of the week.
Yeah, big number of the week. And it is a big number. It's not as huge as sometimes, though. 225,000 is the big number of the week this week. Yeah, 225,000. Our answer this week is snow or space. Snow or space. And obviously, Tom and I both survived the 2022 snow squall last night.
Yeah. I don't even know what a squall means.
There was a new one for everybody. Facebook and Twitter was a buzz about, and Instagram was all a buzz about, ooh, what's a snow squall? Why should I be afraid?
And it's high winds? Is that what it is?
Well, you look at it and I'm like, okay, we know what a blizzard is.
Yeah.
High winds, lots of snow. You're probably going to get a foot or more of snow. Apparently a squall is like the baby brother or the baby sister of a blizzard.
Okay.
You're not going to get a lot of snow, but there's a lot of high winds and snow involved. So you might get a whiteout condition and it might be very dangerous to drive in. And we got home before the squall hit. So we avoided being out on the streets during it, but it didn't look great. It was pretty noisy. It was rattling the siding.
What was the term they came up with a couple of years ago? Snow thunder, thunder snow.
Thunder snow.
Thunder snow. And I'm like, what the heck? I've never heard of that. I mean, can I just come up with a new word? I'm going to start coming up with new words and see if it catches on.
Thunder.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any thunder last night. I think some people did in the area.
I didn't.
But I did not catch any thunder activity.
I slept like a baby last night. I was up 7 times and I peed myself. No, kidding.
You poor thing.
Yeah. No, I really did sleep quite well last night. I've been so tired with my foot and just everything. It's awful. But anyway.
Well, I'm looking at Joanne's Facebook post from this morning, and she says Rambe has already been outside 4 times, and that was just at 7:30 this morning. So Rambe apparently slept like a baby too last night.
Yeah, Rambe. That's a new one. Who's Rambe?
We're gonna learn all about that one, I think, coming up. I've got to okay. Before we do anything else today, got to give a shout out to my son and his fiance closing on their first house yesterday.
Nice.
So very excited for them to buy their first house, and timing is everything, right? They got under the wire for one of the first time home buyer programs that just it ended. I want to say it ended January 31st. So as long as you were applied for it by then, you could still get it. And they're one of the last ones. They're one of the last people that the lender they were working with was able to get that program for. So there are other programs that have started. There are still first-time homebuyer programs, but they change slightly pretty much every year. And they got the last one for 2021/first month of 2022, and they have their new house. So very, very happy for them. Team sold on Tony, Keller Williams Realty, and our awesome friend Jessica over at Envoy Mortgage was their mortgage lender. She just did an awesome job getting things all together. So very, very cool. Let's see here. Paul is trying to get on. Keep trying, Paul. I sent you the link.
Just have him go through his phone.
I don't know.
Might be easier doing it that way.
I believe we upgraded our service now, so we can take more than just 3 guests. So he should be able to get in. Yeah. But you do need to have an operatable laptop or phone. I'm pretty sure you can do this on the phone. I haven't tried using Restream on a phone yet.
Okay, no, Joanne was on her tablet last week. So if you can use the tablet, then you should be able to use a phone, right?
I would think it's mobile friendly.
Yeah, I would think.
I'm sure it's mobile friendly.
I'm liking this Restream. All I do is punch it up and boom, there it is. I don't have to punch in a code or anything.
Let's see here. I'm just double checking to make sure I sent him the link, and I did. So let's see if I'm. Where's the invite guests? There's the invite guests. If I copy the thing and paste it in here. Boom. All right, there's your new link, Paul. I just sent it through Facebook Messenger, so you got it on Facebook Messenger, and hopefully that'll be the deal for you. So yeah, congratulations to Kenny and Brittany on their brand new house, and as they start to get settled in and make that a home, it's going to be pretty awesome. It's they bought a flip house.
Nice.
They bought a house that was already flipped.
Oh, did that happen from the squall? It got flipped in the squall. Is that what
now it's upside down, so it looks a little different.
Yeah. Well, my mortgage is upside down too, so I get it. I got it. Yeah.
Oh, you were all saying that 10 years ago, but you should be better now.
No, it is better now. It's not. It's now right side up.
It's now right side.
Yeah. The squall knocked it back into place, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll stop now. Don't worry, I won't quit my day job.
The couple that flipped the house did a really, really nice job, and it's basically like walking into a brand new home. It really was. So
good.
That's pretty special. Saying that 10 years ago, but you should be better now.
No, it is better now. It's not.
Click. There we go. I'm just checking. I'm just checking our stream.
That was my alter ego, Mott. Yeah.
All right. So Joanne's logged off for a second. She's going to take a break here first. She'll come back, but hopefully there shouldn't be any problem with Paul getting in. It just must be on his technical side, because you got in just fine. Joanne was in a moment ago, ready to jump in early if we needed her, but we do have a guest that we're planning on talking to. Some other quick shout outs this week before we get too far. The Rock River Valley Blood Center got a chance to finally go back and donate blood again this week. And they, if you didn't catch the news this week, they are expanding. Rock River Valley Blood Center, they bought the building that used to be an Amcor building right there on the plot where they are on 6th Street.
Yep. Right across the parking lot.
Right across the parking lot. So according to mystateline.com, the old Amcor Training Center on Longwood Street is being transformed into a blood donation center. And as I was giving blood this week, I confirmed that with my own ears and eyes. The current blood center on 6th Street will become the administrative building, and the new donation center is on track to open this summer. They've already done a bunch of stuff over there. They had the formal groundbreaking, even though they're not breaking ground. They're transforming the entrance to make it more obvious where to go into, and it'll be interesting to see how that develops into the new donation station there for Rock River Valley Blood Center. So very happy for them and what they're doing. And by the way, it is a fairly desperate need right now for blood. So if you can donate, please donate. Whether or not you make an appointment, whether or not you go to one of their bus locations, the bus has been out in different locations, but you don't have to do that. You can go right to the center there on 6th Street or on Perryville. I walk in, Tom, as I'm finishing up my blood donation, and Pam's the gal who kind of hosts the cantina.
Yeah, I know Pam.
And she walks up to me and she goes, "Greg, I'm mad at you." And I'm like, "All right, Pam, what did I do now? What did I say?" She goes, You donated at another location, didn't you? I said, "No." What? She goes, "I saw your picture and I thought it was a picture at the Perryville Street location." And I was like, "What in the world is he doing going there when I'm here?" And I said, "Well, maybe what you saw was a picture, because the blood center used one of my pictures from a year ago as one of their Instagram advertisements." So I said, "What you probably saw was an old picture of me here at 6th Street in front of one of your signs that was also at the Perryville location, right?" So I "No, I wasn't in that location. I was here." So, morning, Paul Lundeen. How are you, buddy?
Good morning. Good morning, Greg. How are you?
Good. We're gonna black out your screen because you look better than us. So goodbye. How you been?
I knew I should have worn my blue blazer. Dang it!
It's my power jacket. It's the first thing I go to when I have to do something as important as this. So so I had to get that out of the closet this morning. I'm sorry I'm late. I did have some technical difficulties. I couldn't get on my laptop for some reason. So I did. I switched to my phone, and here I am. So I apologize for that.
No, you're not even late at all, because Greg and I usually take the first 15 minutes to just kind of banter back and forth anyway. So you're actually 2 minutes early.
Well, no one's ever said that about me before.
Well, our relaxed conversation is cruising right along. Before we get to all things INCROWD, the only other shout out I wanted to give, which we're going to further discuss later with Joanne, is Fur Ball for PAWS Humane Society was last Saturday night, and they did another excellent job of hosting the Fur Ball at the Radisson. And there was more people there than I think we were expecting. There was, I think, 120 or 130.
Nice.
At one point, they were seriously considering not doing it because they only had 60 signed up, and then a bunch of people signed up there the last couple weeks.
Sounds like a great turnout.
It was a great turnout, and got to give a shout out to Eric Wilson. They always have him MC the thing. His daughter volunteers a lot. Allison volunteers a lot of hours over at the PAWS Humane Society's the PAWS HQ, as we like to call it, over there by Cherryville Mall. And the kind of the fun wrinkle of the night was the fact that Eric and his wife Marla got a new puppy just in the last couple weeks. Their old dog had passed away, I believe, in the fall, if I remember his story correctly. And so after mourning the passing of this wonderful, wonderful pet they had for, I think, 13 years, They were like, okay, or they went and looked at some puppies and they were like, yeah, we're ready to get a puppy. They were struggling to name the puppy. So they put up two like Rubbermaid containers, and one said Stark and one said Sully. Put money in the container that you want us to name our new puppy. And his whole story about why they chose these names, one was about the puppy, because the puppy came from a litter where the owner was naming all the puppies after Marvel comic characters.
Okay.
And Eric Wilson is a fan of Iron Man, so he wanted to name him Stark after Iron Man.
And the other one, let me guess, after Sully the pilot from
the other had to do with a very heartstrings pulling story of Marla's aunt, whose I believe last name was Sullivan, and they referred to her as Aunt Sully, and she wanted to name the puppy Sully after her wonderful aunt who recently passed. And guess which one won by a landslide?
Sully, of course.
The better story won, and by a landslide. So Eric had to take that.
Well, I know Eric has a pilot's license, and that's why I thought maybe it was Sully, the pilot from the near disaster.
Yes, so perhaps he can rest on that as well. I don't know, but it was a great evening. Minimal was excellent as always. If you've never seen Minimal perform, you've got to see that trio. They sound like there's 6 people up there when they perform, and there's only 3. It's really awesome.
And they're also multi-talented. They can all sing. They can all play. They can all do everything.
Yeah,
such a wonderful band.
They do new stuff. They do stuff from the 70s. They, it's all over the place. They do the popular stuff. So,
and it's very recognizable too. Sometimes you'll hear a band at a wedding or so. Isn't this U2? I think no, maybe, I don't know. They're very recognizable. You get it.
Yes, they are. So kudos to PAWS for another awesome, successful reboot of the Furball, since they weren't able to do it last year. So all things INCROWD. In fact, let's do one of these jobbies right now. We'll just block us all out and say, look, hey, it's the INCROWD.
That looks great.
Oh, look at all us friendly people with our eyes bugging out like we're sick. No, we're not sick. We're healthy, and we're ready to meet again. And last at PC Tech to You, we had a wonderful gathering out there for January's INCROWD, but this month's going to be a whole lot different. Paul, what do you got going on?
Yeah, this one's going to be a little bit different. I'm actually hosting it at Maximum Performance in McChesney Park. It's a really big venue. I wanted to bring, it's great to get together and talk and have great conversations and build relationships. And I wanted to add to that and just add some maybe fun that we haven't seen before, and promote, another business that's in the area, which is Maximum Performance. They have axe throwing in there. They just added a golf simulator. Of course, they're a gym where they have team workouts. And so I wanted to help promote them as well. And they were very gracious to allow me to use their space. So I'm very thankful to them, Mike and Lindsay, there for that. And so we're going to have, in addition to the normal networking that we do and relationship building, we're going to have a longest drive contest on the golf simulator. We're going to have an axe throwing contest with the axe throwing that they have there, and we'll have some great prizes for that, which we'll announce on Thursday. But the goal is to create some excitement and fun, and just try and get everyone in as good of a mood as possible. There'll be refreshments there. Dinner's going to be provided by our friends at Pomodoro. Scott Britt's going to provide dinner for us. So I'm very excited about that. If you haven't eaten at Pomodoro yet, it's a great restaurant. They have a wonderful menu. They do such a great job there. So if you're a business owner or you're in sales and you want to network and meet other professionals in the area, this is a great place to be. It's Rockford's longest running free networking group or organization, and I'm thrilled to be a part of them, and I'm honored to be able to host this event this month.
Well, we're looking forward. This could easily become one of the most fun INCROWDs we've ever had, and we've had some very fun ones over the years. Maximum Form. I haven't been in there, so it must be huge.
It's a really, really big space, Greg. It's actually the entrance is on the back side of the mall, on the west side of the mall. It fills what was the old J.C. Penney portion of the building, so it's a humongous space. The gym is huge. You need a ton of room for a golf simulator, obviously. The axe throwing needs a ton of room, and I think they have seven. I think it's seven axe throwing. I think they're called alleys. I'm not 100% sure, but seven different games or matches or alleys that can be played at once. And so yeah, it's a huge space, and I think just a great venue for all of us. We always have to get such a great turnout, and we need big spaces for the INCROWD, and this I think will do that.
Nice. Well, our good buddy John had surgery this week, and I wasn't going to bother him to try to get on with us today. I figured he's probably still recovering. Knowing John, he'd be like, "Yeah, I'll do it. I'll be on." But no, he needs to chill and relax. Our friend Charmel Jacobs, I think she's been working out at Maximum Performance this last month or two as she's starting some new regiment that she's doing there. I'm pretty sure that's where she is. So hopefully she sees that we're going to be there for INCROWD, and maybe she'll join us as well and network, sure. Let us know what she's been up to. But as far as you're hosting this at this location because you don't have a storefront, Paul, tell us a little bit about what your business does and why you don't need a storefront.
Sure. So my business is merchant services. Another name for that in the industry is payment solutions. And essentially what I do is I help your business accept payments from your customers, whether that's through cash with a cash drawer or credit cards or debit cards, gift cards, loyalty programs, any type of payment vehicle that you'd like to accept or implement subscription services, I can help you do that. And the reason that I've been successful, I think, in the area is because I really do just focus on our local market. I don't go outside of it. I think there's, obviously so many businesses in our area that are locally owned, and they just want somebody local to help them. That's what I hear from so many other business owners is, we love the idea that we're local. We love the idea that if we call you, you're the only person that we call and you don't transfer us around. So if there's something that's needed or a question that needs to be asked and answered, my customers, they just call me and I take it from there. And if that means I have to call someone else and be on hold for 45 minutes or an hour or however long it might take, maybe 5 minutes or 10, I'll make that phone call on your behalf. You go back to running your business. And doing the things that are most important to you. I'll take care of this.
I saw you, Paul, recently on Cindy Rowe's podcast and wanted to ask you if you could maybe give an example, a name of a client who wouldn't be offended by you using their name locally to kind of give an example of the kind of things that you do.
Sure. This is kind of a big plug, and I don't think they'd be upset by it. Anderson Auto Group is one of my larger customers. I have all of their wonderful dealerships here in town, and they have a couple in Crystal Lake. And sometimes they have issues with connectivity. Not that there's anything wrong with the terminals. It's just occasionally they have to reestablish connection with the terminals due to how their IT system is networked and set up. And it's totally okay. But in those instances, when they need some assistance, Matt Kiefer just calls me and he says, Paul, we need some help with this. And I go right out there and I take care of it. And I've built a good rapport with their IT specialist. And so he and I will talk on occasion and make sure that everything's running the proper way. But for a big business like Anderson, if one of their credit card terminals isn't working for some reason, that's detrimental to their business for that day. And that needs to be up and running right away. They need to have a very quick solution. And I'm happy to be that solution for them.
That's cool. That is the perfect example. So this, I want to see if this pops up, by the way, because I haven't tried it with this screen before. Does this work? There it goes. Just wanted to share this little comment from Carlos. I haven't played axe throwing since my divorce. So I guess. Thank you.
Well, it might be a good time then.
So in crowd at maximum performance should be a whole lot of fun, whether or not you like doing axe throwing or not. So
I had to read that a couple times thinking, is he trying to be funny? I think that's, yeah, that was funny. Made us all chuckle.
It's all, yeah, there you go. I guess,
Yeah.
Fake name and everything.
And I did talk to John earlier this week, and he, much to my surprise, Greg, he said he was not going to throw axes this week. I figured if anybody was going to throw an axe, it was going to be John, right? And John said he's gonna sit this one out. He's not going to throw any axes, and he's not going to hit any golf balls. And so good for him. And hopefully, his recovery, or not recovery, but his healing is rapid, and he's back to full strength soon.
He'll be throwing out really bad puns and jokes and slams against the people that are there, as he always
Absolutely.
does. That's all he gets to throw this week. So Thursday is the date. 5:30 to 8:30 is the time.
Yes, 5:30 to 8:30. I believe I spoke with Scott from Pomodoro yesterday, and I think dinner should arrive sometime between 5:30 and 6. So that'll be out there just as we're finishing up in the offices or making our last sales calls. It'll be there for us.
Awesome. Well, it's always a good time at INCROWD, and as we always say, there's only 2 requirements: bring a smile and bring some business cards. That's all you
Absolutely.
really need. We welcome the fact that there are multiple insurance people and investment people and real estate people and marketing people, whatever, everyone that does local business. We definitely want to meet them and greet them and share ideas and grow each other's businesses together and make this world a better place. So
Absolutely.
Looking forward to seeing you guys all on Thursday. Any other last words before we let you go, Paul?
Just, whoever shows up, I hope they all have a great time. And like you said, Greg, we embrace large numbers in this group. And we absolutely would love to see multiple insurance agents or realtors or lenders or financial investors. It's all about visibility, right? And meeting as many people as you possibly can, and getting your name out there and building a rapport with the other professionals in the area.
We only have a problem with trivia hosts. That's the only one. Just kidding, Tom. You can come whenever you get a chance to come.
Yeah, I'll be in Beloit at about that time, getting ready to host at the G5.
Woo, fun. All right. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
We'll see you on Thursday.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
All right,
Bye,
Paul
Paul.
Lundeen. Paul Lundeen, Merchant Services, hosting INCROWD this Thursday. If we haven't already, we'll post the information on that.
We have at least one fan. Some guy named John Berlin. He said, "Great job, guys."
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. We love you. We miss you.
There you go. He's listening via Facebook.
Yep.
Good morning, Joanne.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You made it. You made it. Yay.
I look dark compared to you guys.
We can see you though. You're
I know.
visible.
You're always looking down at us.
No, I said I look dark.
Oh, okay.
My lighting isn't as good.
You've been out in the sun. Nice tan. Way to go. And I'm the exact opposite. I'm like white out here. I can't figure out the light here for some reason.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm always in the same place. I don't know.
Someday we'll get
Seems
it.
dark today.
You know how long it took me to figure out the lighting in this place?
Yeah. Let me turn that one
And I
off.
don't live
It took me
here, so
forever.
I can't change.
Now I'm a ghost. Let's turn it back on. I don't know.
Rambe
this one
is
here.
one of my dogs, Tom.
Yeah, I did not know. I don't know. I know Jorge. How did I not know Rambe?
Everyone knows Jorge. Jorge's
Oh,
a
yeah.
brat.
Yeah.
the love bug little brat that
Yeah.
you'll never get rid of. So Furball, what a successful
Yay,
Saturday
we did
night.
good. It was fun. It was exciting. We missed Tom.
I'm so sorry. I wasn't feeling well, and I just wasn't feeling it. I just didn't
He's
know
got
if
a
I
lot
wanted to
of
go.
excuses, doesn't he?
I do.
Well, we enjoyed eating your meal for you, Tom.
Yeah, I know.
Jessica and Lexi, thank you for the free seats
Oh,
and tickets.
Lisa,
and
I'm on the
hotels.
air now,
You
so
probably saw our photos. We had a good time. So yeah, it was a great Saturday night. Minimal was excellent as always, and Eric was even more on point, partially because of the story he got to tell about his new puppy and the naming of their puppy.
Yeah,
that was fun. I think
I remember.
we got like $200 in the name of the puppy. That should be like an annual event.
Yeah, that should be. That's cool. That's a good idea. I remember Eric
voted, and some people would throw in $20 to vote for. It was between Sully and something
Stark.
else. I don't.
Stark.
What was it?
Stark.
Sparky. Stark.
Stark, like Tony Stark.
Yeah.
I remember Eric 2 years ago showing pictures of his dog, obviously before the dog died, and it was because they were going through the pictures of all that, and he was saying, "This is my dog, our dog," and then of course, the dog must have died in the last year. You say
Unfortunately,
8
he
months or
didn't
something.
adopt the dog from PAWS, which would have been even a better story.
Yeah.
Well,
But
his
we had
daughter's
not to mention where he adopted it from, so that worked out.
his daughter's been volunteering there for a long time now, so she's
At
very
PAWS,
very
yes.
integrated into PAWS. So
Although
yeah,
she's in college now, so I don't know how much she's volunteering anymore.
whenever she can.
Yeah. And his
she's
wife,
doing that.
I got to meet his wife, and his wife is a stitch.
Yeah.
They had a great time.
She wanted a what is it, Folks fur jacket?
Full fur jacket.
Oh.
Yeah, I call it Folks because I'm hooked on phonics.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because she wasn't going to take her other jacket home. And then Eric said she didn't even bring her billfold, and she had voted on or bid on all these items. So it was hilarious.
I forgot that part of the story. Yes, because he's in the midst of losing the naming battle. He knows he's going to lose, and his wife wins an auction item and does not have her wallet with her. So not only does he not get to name the dog his name, he has to pay for
like
her.
a double loser, lose.
Which
Furball was awesome. We're doing a new venue next year. Because of numbers, we kind of are outgrowing that venue, but Minimal will be with us next year, and also Eric Wilson. So
cool. Any idea where the new venue will be?
I'm rather not say at this moment.
That's
okay. They got to confirm it first.
Yes.
They got to get it.
We got to make sure we have it.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll still be that, one of the Valentine's Day weekends, because that seems to be a really good time to do this.
I suggested not to have it the same time as Super Bowl, and there were a few of our board members who said Super Bowl. So obviously they were not involved with Super Bowl fun.
I understand why you might have thought that, Joanne, but look at the turnout that there was anyway, even with the Super Bowl being the next day.
Yeah.
I don't know how one would affect the other. It's not like, we got a Super Bowl party, we're not going to PAWS. I don't know.
The only way it might be affected is if they do end up moving the Super Bowl to a Saturday.
Yeah.
I
think our date for next year is February 18th, which is the weekend after Valentine's Day.
Yeah. I would think the Valentine's Day thing would affect it more, but then maybe not. Maybe everybody makes that their Valentine dinner. Wear a red dress, wear a red tie.
Reservations. You don't have to fight for a crowd. Well, just PAWS crowd.
Yeah,
right. And it's a fun crowd. What a great way to spend your Valentine's Day.
It's the perfect Valentine's date.
And I think that's kind of why we planned it that way. Kind of like, you're helping animals, love of animals.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's a perfect time.
It used to be a little earlier in February.
Super Bowl is kind of weird. It's every year. You don't know if it's going to be February 2nd or if it's going to be February 13th. I don't know what they're doing with that.
With the extra week of
but you could have started football a week earlier. You could have eliminated something. I don't know. There's a lot of different things they can do. What they want to do is they want to extend it by another week or two or whatever. And this time around, if you remember, they didn't start the Super Bowl in February until 2001, because of 9/11.
January.
It's always been
Right.
in January, right? For 45 years, or for 35 years, whatever. The first time they ever did it in February was when 9/11 hit, because it was 2001. They had to, because they had missed the first 3 weeks of the season.
Oh,
So
okay.
they put it there. Then they went back to January, and then 6 or 7 years later, they
It was the
decided to
only
go back
Tom
to
that would
February.
remember all these facts.
Yeah, I know.
The
Useless
I knew
information.
something set them back, but I had forgotten. I didn't forget about 9/11, but I had forgotten
know.
about the significance of
Right.
why it caused Super Bowl to be pushed back.
And I think somebody in the higher ups, maybe Roger Goodell, I don't know, said, you know what? This whole thing, February Super Bowl, it's going to catch on, because now we have another month. We have another month to add to our football. So you got July when it starts, then August, September, October, November, December, January, now February. Now you get football 7 months instead of 6. So it's a big money maker.
And everyone needs another month of football.
Why not?
NFL gets tons of money, that's for darn sure. I know I'm afraid to bring up the Packers, because Tom and I might go down a bunny trail that lasts a long time.
I promise I will only. I
We
won't.
got to mention this, though. This was a big week for what the Packers are doing to really prove they're trying to keep Aaron Rodgers. First off, there's two big things that happened this week. But what the Packers did was they hired a quarterback coach that had been there for 11 years prior, and Aaron Rodgers liked him a lot. The guy retired, and they got him to come out of retirement to be a quarterback's coach again this season. That screams, we want you, Aaron Rodgers, please stay.
Not only that, it also screams we want him to teach Jordan Love, because knowing Aaron Rodgers, regardless of what happens, he's 38 years old. Regardless of what happens, he's going to be gone in a year or two anyway, probably 2 years. So yeah, and you're going to need to teach Jordan Love. But that's a great move.
Yeah.
Or move on from Jordan Love. Yeah, maybe.
The other big thing that happened this week was the announcement that the engagement is off. Aaron Rodgers is not going to get married to Shailene Woodley, the actress. They got engaged a year ago this month, and they broke it off this month. So not a shocker at all.
he must be really hard to get along with.
I wonder. I
wonder. I see it as a big positive.
I guess
What's
I
that?
missed it.
Yeah.
I missed what you said.
Aaron Rodgers, Shailene Woodley. Breaking up.
We were still talking about Aaron Rodgers.
We were.
Subject.
No.
All right.
Okay, so my take on it all is this. What was the one thing that everybody's been saying on talk radio, on TV, on everything? Aaron Rodgers wants to go to a team that can win now. Well, guess what? You're already on a team that can win now. There's no guarantee if you go to Denver or Pittsburgh or Indy or wherever. There's no guarantee that you're going to win now. There's no guarantee.
I don't understand what win means.
Well, the way the NFL is going these days, you're either rebuilding your team or you're grabbing all the best free agents and you're stockpiling team like the Los Angeles Rams did to win this last Super Bowl.
That was the Rams thing. They wanted to win now. They had their window of opportunity, which was a very small window. Von Miller's getting old. Aaron Donald's talking retirement. Sean McVay, maybe he's doing this as a power move to get more money. He was talking about going into the broadcast booth. I mean, he's 36 years old. Look at John Madden. John Madden retired when he was 38, 39, 40, whatever, went into the broadcast booth and had a 25-year career, a successful career. Right. Iconic, one of the greatest of all time. So that was the idea there. So, and then Matt Stafford's 14 years in the league. That team is getting old right before our very eyes. So they were in a win now situation. So if Aaron Rodgers wants to go to Denver, he's got a tough division to contend with. That's no guarantee of anything.
No.
So stay in Green Bay where you're loved and beloved and where you've already won a Super Bowl there. You've got as good a shot there. Now you go out and you re-sign some of these guys. They can make it work. I heard Colin Cowherd say the other day that Brian Gutekunst said, look, we can make it work. We got $40 million in cap space that we can defer your payments to later. We can make this thing work. We can probably keep MVS. We could probably keep some of those cornerbacks. They were just a couple plays away from really going to the Super Bowl 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
They weren't just a game away, a player away, a quarterback away. They were a few plays away.
They were a decent special teams away from getting in.
There you go. There you go. And they've already upgraded with that, getting Rich Bisaccia from Oakland, Las Vegas. I'll forever call him Oakland.
So all that to say, it was a lot of good news for the Packers this week, in our opinions. And I think we're about 2 to 3 weeks away from hearing the mega deal that Aaron Rodgers signs with the Packers. Whether it's 2 years or 4 years, whatever it is, it's going to be huge, most highest paid player ever in the NFL. And here we go.
Didn't he just sign a mega deal a couple of years ago? This is an extension they're giving him.
The mega deals keep changing because it's the NFL and the money keeps coming.
Yeah. Well, I hope Aaron Rodgers understands that if you want other players to come, you're going to have to go the Tom Brady route. And because he's not going to go to Denver and get a mega deal or not settle for something other than a mega deal. So he's going to hamstring them as well.
Right.
So.
Well, Joann, it sounds to me like you got a whole bunch of volunteers out there at PAWS doing their thing. Do we want to take a little tour this week?
Today, I'm sorry. They usually know when I'm doing the radio that they need to be quiet.
No, you're fine.
Not always.
You're not overpowering us. And the good news is with Restream, I actually have volume control. So if things get out of control, I can make you really quiet or muted very easily. Okay. It's awesome.
Well, this is the day we get new dogs in, but you don't hear barking dogs today, so it's been quiet.
So. How's the volunteer turnout here this morning?
I think it's good. I think Barb is here training 2 new volunteers, so she usually uses Saturday mornings for training. So
does any of them want to be on camera? Can we introduce them and give them a shout out?
I don't know if they want that.
Well, maybe as you're walking around showing off the cats that are hanging out there and stuff.
Okay. We can. I have trouble with that because I still haven't figured out how to change this around. So
have a little camera with the arrows on it somewhere.
I can't. I tried. Oh, here's Barb. She wanted to see you. Oh, hi. Barb is our volunteer coordinator. So she's here on. I can't get you right. So she's working hard to keep our volunteers happy and active and know what to do. So we have 2 new volunteers today, right? Yeah,
one new and one training for morning.
Oh, okay, because it's a little bit different. Yeah. Okay, so you met Barb.
All right.
So
by the way, did you hear about the armed guy who ran into a real estate agency and yelled, "Nobody move"?
No, is that funny?
Little real estate humor for Greg.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
I know.
And I'm like,
oh, nobody move. Oh, here, I'll show some of the new dogs that came in.
We see the sign.
What? You can't see them?
I see the sign.
No, I said we see the sign. You got to lower it. Keep going. There, a little lower.
I can see them.
There we go.
Can you see him now?
Yeah,
I can. He looks a little shaky.
Well, he's wiggly.
Yeah. Wow. He's adorable. What's his name?
I don't know.
Rocky.
Very friendly.
Hi, Rocky.
Friendly guy. 10 months old, so he might get bigger. And here's a sleepy one.
Is that Bullwinkle?
Oh, yeah. Can you see him?
Yeah.
Yes. He's adorable, too.
Willow. It's a girl. And then we have a couple in here that she okay. Anne has a puppy. I don't know if you can see. I'm not good with this, so this is Anne, and she's got a puppy back there somewhere. Oh, she's almost stepping on it.
Oh.
Do you see the puppy?
Barely, yeah. What kind of a dog is Anne?
She's a cur.
A cur.
A cur?
And here's, yeah. They're from Arkansas, and that's a very popular breed down there.
Yeah.
But
well, the reason I'm is because she looks just like my dog Knox, who we think
Oh.
might be paired Vizsla. We're not sure.
Oh yeah, I know the breed Vizsla, but I don't know. Can you see the puppy? The puppy's only a couple of days old, but she was in a kill shelter, so they wanted to move her out.
Oh.
Most of the dogs that we take from Arkansas are very close to, like, this is their last chance. So we are very happy we can do this to help the dogs. Okay, here's a declawed. I don't know. I'm not doing good with this. There. Can you see that one?
Yeah, you got it, Joanne. Good job.
Okay, and then here's a couple, a bonded pair, Lily and her sister. Their mom had, oh my gosh, they're beautiful.
They are. Is that what you call tortoiseshell? The one on the bottom?
Well, close,
brittle?
but they're almost got the tabby too, so it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
I don't know what the sister's name is. Bonded with Daisy. Litter mates.
Lily and
Okay.
Daisy. Couple little
Pardon?
flowers.
Yeah, Daisy. Oh, duh, I didn't even catch that. But they are both, they're bonded. So they were litter mates. So I was trying to say, duh, that they've been always together, sisters forever.
Yeah, I love that.
So they probably were adopted together from. This is AO. That sounds like a song. AO.
The Banana Boat song.
AO. Here's another willow. So here's a volunteer.
Thanks for
There are more
helping.
volunteers. Sorry.
Awesome. Well, wonderful, wonderful as
And
always.
I didn't show the dog. The pet of the week is actually my foster. So, but I
You'll be
did
sending
post
his
it.
picture soon.
I sent it to you already. It's Doug. He's at my house, and he's a little Chihuahua who was found as a stray a week ago. So he's off as stray. No one
no one claimed him.
came forward to claim him. He's a really, really sweet, sweet dog, and he would make someone an awesome pet. Very low-keyed, cuddly, loving, very, he's already been vetted. We vetted him, and he's ready to go today.
Awesome.
Today would put him off his stray hold. So since no one stepped up, we put him up for adoption.
Did you say you named him Doug?
Doug. It's from Up. Sorry.
I'm Doug. I'm Doug.
Remember
that's
the dog from Up, or maybe you don't
Yes.
watch Up.
Yeah.
No, that was a great movie. That was a sad movie, but it was a great movie.
They put the talking
Yeah.
collars on.
I remember
Yeah, the
Doug.
talking dog.
Yep.
I don't
remember
know.
Doug.
I tried a lot of names, but he came to Doug, so Doug it is.
As always, if you have any questions about PAWS, any of these animals, or any of the other ones that you can find on the Pet Finder app there on the Pet Finder website, 815-299-PAWS is the phone number over there, 815-299-7297, or check out pawshs.org.
And always check out our Facebook page. Like everyone says, we do good news and also dogs and cats that are up for adoption. So be a friend and like us. Is that what you do on a Facebook page?
Be a friend and like us. Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, the PAWS people always post the new animals that are available. So if you're looking, use that also as one of your venues for checking out new dogs.
Right.
And we're getting some puppies in later this week.
All right. So, and that'll all be posted on the Facebook page. It always is.
Yeah.
So Cool beans.
So you
All right.
don't want to go through Pet Finder because Pet Finder is kind of hard. I don't know. You have to know what dog you're looking for.
Right.
I don't know how you do it exactly because I'm never up for adopting dogs.
And then 9 times out of 10, you don't find the one you're looking for, but you fall in love with one you weren't looking for,
Yeah,
and you end up with that
exactly.
one. So, which is okay too.
That's a win-win, though.
It is. It is.
That's
Is there
actually
another-
how I got. That's actually how I got Jorge.
Oh,
Someone sent me on. He was listed free on Craigslist, but someone sent me on Craigslist to look for another dog, and as I went through Craigslist, I fell in love with Jorge, and the rest is kind of history. He kind of cost me. I think they conned me. I went to the place on my own, which is silly. I wasn't going to use the word stupid, but it was, and there were no dogs. I couldn't hear dogs. So they said, we've got someone coming in 5 minutes that offered us $50.
Oh, yeah. We remember that.
So I went in my purse. I have 40 and I said, I'm right here. Is 40 good? I bought him sight unseen because the place gave me the creeps.
Yeah. You wanted to get him out of there. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
basically.
Good.
And he did go up for adoption, but he never bonded with anyone but me.
Yeah.
So
best move. What an awesome move. Very well
he knew
done.
when he was home.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's so that's all things pause this week. We're gonna shift gears and see how this looks. Does this work okay? SMS news time. SMS news time. It's hard to change the background quickly on this thing, but maybe I can do this. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. SMS news time. Now we got SMS news everywhere. That's a little bit crazy. As I mentioned earlier, we'll have our big number of the week here in a minute. But according to our friends over at Rockford Buzz, today there's a couple of cool things going on. Rockford Park District has their in the outdoors snow fort skirmish from 10 till 2 today. This is at the Rockford Park District. Wintertime in the Midwest can feel like a battle against the elements, like the whole thing that we had yesterday. At Wood Park, work with your family and friends to make a snow fort out in nature, maybe even have a snowball fight. We got some snow a little bit overnight. And when you're at Atwood Park, a lot of the wind is blocked by the trees, the forest over there. So this probably wouldn't be such a bad deal with even all this wind that's going on today. But Atwood Park's the place. And it is from 10 until 2 today. Also with the Park District today, they have their Rockies Rockin' Rockies family skate at the Carlson Ice Arena indoors. That's happening from 1 till 3 today, and then tomorrow from 2 till 4. Pre-registration is not required. Regular admission is $5 per person. Skate rentals $2, and it's basically like ice skating under the disco lights, kind of like you would at the roller rink. So a lot of fun at Carlson Ice Arena today 1 to 3, or tomorrow 2 until 4. Mentioned earlier, Rock River Valley Blood Center. They are turning the former Amcor Training Center on Longwood Street into their new donation center. Should be ready by this summer. Their blood donation center there on 6th Street is going to stay, of course, as their donation center until they transition to the new building. And then once they do that, the old building will be turned into their administrative building, which they need more room for that, and their lab. They've run out of space in their lab facility. They need more lab space. So all that area where you currently donate blood at Rock River Valley Blood Center, that's all going to be turned into lab space. So
wow,
it's going to be.
I got to get back in there. I haven't been in there in a while. My schedule's been so crazy and upside down due to the weather. No,
well, Pam recognized your name, Tom, when I brought you up. And she goes, "Yeah, where has he been?" Well, I'll ask him to come in when he can.
Yeah, I miss Pam. I miss them all. I've been there for 30, almost 40 years now. Over 400 donations.
That's awesome. I got a long ways to go to catch up to you.
Yeah.
I think I'm at 74 now.
Most of mine are phoresis donations, but I had to take a break from it because my veins are so hard to find.
Well, they want you back.
I know. keep getting texts every day.
Growing criticism, and rightfully so, we're growing criticism of our lawmakers' freedom to trade stocks when they actually are literally shaping the law. Last year, 55 lawmakers reportedly failed to disclose their trades, according to Politico is reporting members of Congress sold travel stocks like Royal Caribbean and bought pharma stocks like Moderna in early 2020, right when they were still downplaying the whole COVID virus. And then, of course, once they started upplaying it.
So there's a real fine line between having insider knowledge and just simply being smart and very anticipatory.
Exactly.
You can anticipate a trend. You do that in the housing industry. In the real estate industry, you anticipate, hey, you know what? I think this area is really going to boom in the next 2 years. So I would like to buy here. Or I would tell my friends, you know what? You should buy in that Smith neighborhood or whatever.
And honestly, right now is probably a really good time to buy travel related stocks because they're going to come back again eventually. And they're kind of low right now. So
sure, why not? Is that insider trading? Is it insider knowledge? Or is it just good business sense?
That's just recognizing what's going on.
That's right. It's a fine line.
Speaking of recognizing what's going on, Dollar General stores, which we just got the brand new one here in New Milford.
Yeah, I was in there not long ago.
Isn't it nice? It's so nice. 17,000 stores now Dollar General has with 143,000 employees. They're doing $30 billion in sales. And now 75% of all Americans are within 5 miles of a Dollar General.
Or within 5 miles of $7 Generals.
Something like that. But anyway, talk about a business that would have been great to invest in and maybe still is because they're still on the growth trend. So consumer price index, renting went up nationally by 3.8% on average last year. Some cities saw double digits growth in rent payments. Of the 10 cities with the highest average rent increases, 6 of them are in Florida, and Miami's not even on the list. According to Axios, there's a few factors working together. Of course, mainly it's supply and demand. That's the big thing. Housing is in very, very low supply and very, very high demand. And that's where we sit right now in the real estate market. So yeah, if you're planning on making a move and it's a great time to sell, it may be a tough time to buy, but that's what us buyer specialists like myself are here to help you with. So I'm here to help you with that. The randoms for this week, insurance company Aviva says there was a 31% increase in virtual reality related home contents claims last year. Players keep crashing into their furniture and their stuff. If you haven't been to Tilted 10 yet to see people play VR in their VR arena, even in there, people move around a little bit too much, but they're harnessed so they can't hurt too much other than maybe themselves. Wow.
I'm going to have to do that. I've never done the VR thing.
You need to, Tom. It's a lot of fun, but you got to know that you're in virtual reality and not in reality, and careful how you move your body.
Yeah.
A study found taking naps reduces the chances of heart problems. So for my heart health, I'll be taking more naps. You don't have to go to bed. Any comfortable chair will do. In fact, if you're looking for a comfortable chair, try a theater showing the Matrix new movie and you'll take a nice nap. The average price of a used car hit $28,500 in January. That's up 31% from last year. 31% increase in the average price of a used car. So I feel sorry for those 16 to 25-year-olds trying to purchase their used cars for the first time. Their purchasing power is really, really tight. Remember back when there were no smartphones, no laptops, and the grandparents got an average of 2 more hours per sleep a night?
Oh, good.
Speaking of naps, we got more sleep when we didn't have smartphones. Go figure.
Yeah.
A new poll shows that 23% of adults, and I'm one of them, get their news from podcasts sometimes, and 7% say they get their news from podcasts often. I'd put myself in the 7% category. I get my news nowadays from podcasts very often. And if you have not yet checked in...
So you don't watch the news on television at all?
I rarely watch the news on television. Once in a while I will. But
I won't go near any of the network news. The only news I watch is Fox News. I'll watch OAN. I love OAN, and sometimes
I always watch the local news and the national news.
I do watch
night.
the local news. I do to find out what's going on locally.
I'm with Tom on this. I can't stomach the national news anymore. It is only propaganda. It's not news anymore.
It is not news. It is not. It's all opinion, but it's all anti one thing or another. Whenever this is the red flag for me, when it's too much this way and not enough this way, it's a red flag. I stay away from it because you're not giving me the correct full story. You're giving me what you want me to see, not the full story. And I'm deliberately staying away from saying conservative or not, or Democrat or whatever. Because I want both sides.
Exactly.
And I know that Fox News will give me both sides. That's why I love Fox News. They will give me both sides. There are more Democrats in one day on Fox News than there are conservatives on 1 month on a CNN or anything like that. They will never have a conservative on there to debate an opinion. It's always so that to me is the biggest red flag.
If you haven't yet checked out Dark Horse Podcast, it's called Dark Horse Podcast, and I know it's on Spotify. Check that out. They're really, really inquisitive about things and very intellectual. Sometimes they use words I can't quite understand, but the news that they just posted, right? They posted one yesterday about the trucking convoy protest in Ottawa. They talked directly to these trucking protesters, and it's so informative to see exactly what's going on and not the narrative that's being told on the news. So,
right.
Check out Dark Horse if you get a chance.
I got it written down. Got it written down on the master sheet here.
There you go. Boom. The card. Casinos last year. Can you guess how much money they took in? U.S. casinos in 2021 had a huge year.
Is that our big number of the week?
It's not.
It could be. I'll say 120 billion with a B.
Good guess. It's half that, but it's still 53 billion is still a big number.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's just in Illinois, though. Wow.
Just
wow.
in Illinois.
That's a new.
Just get that new casino they just built.
Yeah.
Did you? Is that what you said? Just in Illinois, or
no,
what?
That's all in the U.S.
Oh, okay. All in the U.S. All right.
Apparently, the house is still winning. All right, I went way over than I thought I would go, so let's get into our big number of the week this week before we go too far. We already did go too far. Big number of the week this week, 225,000 is the big number. Yes, 225,000. And our answer this week is snow or space. Snow or space. And our current score.
3-1.
Let me see here.
What is it?
I'm just going to exit this one right out.
I don't know. I think it's 4-1 because I don't think either of us scored last week.
If I get really close, you still can't see it. It's the current score is 4-1. Tom is in the lead.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So you need a big comeback.
I'm trailing. Yeah.
It's a race to 10, so you got plenty of time.
Yeah.
All right. Give me your answer. Go ahead. 3, 2, 1, go.
2-1. Space.
Oh.
All right. So you both chose space. And
he's putting his pen away.
Actually, you both get a point. Congratulations! It is space. Ding, ding, ding. And that's the amount of space that your king size mattress takes up. In 2020, king size mattresses made a 20.4% jump in sales industry wide, up 1% from 2018. About 225,000 more king size mattresses were sold. And apparently people want more space.
Space in bed, though. Is that what you said? They sold king size mattresses.
And I'm
going to get more space in bed.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Dogs adopted through PAWS.
Yeah.
That are all sleeping in their beds.
That's right. And
my dog Knox, he'll jump up in the bed and he just pushes me off to the side. He's got to get as close as he can.
He insists on his space. He wants it and he takes it.
He wants his, so he determined you needed a king size bed.
Yeah.
Oh man. So space is a big deal. And I can tell you as a realtor
5 to 2 then.
that it's definitely, that is a trend. That is definitely a trend. And I'm hearing more and more clients talk about the fact that they need space for their king size bed. So that's not a joke. That's for real. And the snow thing, you might be surprised to learn that the Olympics, over in Beijing,
He had too much snow.
well, they've used 800 Olympic-sized pools worth of water to make fake snow. And critics, of course, say artificial snow isn't sustainable. I think that might be a joke, but anyway, artificial snow is artificial snow, and
They said that skiers are more used to snowing on artificial snow than they are on real snow.
Yeah, a lot of the ski resorts have to use artificial snow if they're not getting their snow, the proper snow.
Right. And they ski on it a lot. So you're right. They're more used to it than anything else because they use it so often. So, anywho, wow, we went over today.
Reading what is that? Dark Horse? What is that?
Dark Horse is the name of that podcast that someone asked on. And it's a husband and wife team. They're both professors and they're very, very smart and they ask good questions and they debate each other. It's awesome to see a married couple debate each other and take strong stances on opposite sides sometimes.
You know, you can tell the mood of your wife by her hands.
Oh, really?
If they're around your neck and squeezing tightly, she's in a bad mood.
Did you ever see the post of the dog to tell what good day you would have? He sets the dog up, and if he falls over, it's a stay at home in bed day, and if he stays up, it's a good day.
And it's a dog that always falls over?
Yeah, he usually falls over. It's funny.
I don't know that. I think
I don't catch it a lot, but it's funny.
Remember, friends, you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone today. We'll try to do the same and meet you back here next week for another Saturday morning Stateline show.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Maybe next week we'll be quieter.
Thank you, Paul, for joining us today. INCROWD this Thursday, 5:30 at Maximum Performance in McChesney Park.